Field begin with an opening statement and we'll open the floor.
Yeah, we had to fight for that one. I thought Providence brought their A game. They played really well. You see what makes Olson just a tough cover. We finally decided to front her, probably way too late. But they also, had a lot of the people play well around her for the first 3 quarters. And to think that we had Morgan and Lauren sitting with almost 14 minutes to go in the game, and we're down, I think 4, maybe even 6 at that time. Things looked a little bleak, but credit to our, just our team that we were, that you still have Molly out there, you still have, Keani and Kennedy and Mal with experience, and I just thought we didn't blank too hard. If we blanked a little maybe, but made some plays, at the end of the 3rd quarter. It's a 1-point game, felt pretty good at that point, but yeah, it was a fight. I thought we, that's a team that was picked 3rd in our league, so they clearly have the potential to play at that level, and they did, and just really pleased with what we did from a belief standpoint, because I think it would have been easy to kind of feel sorry for ourselves. Obviously Jamie was huge, and Molly during that stretch was huge. So, yeah.
Could you Holy Post it down to 9 points? I know she had some foul trouble too,
Yeah.
but how did you get that done?
Yeah, we did a good job over there against her. She's a really good mid-range player, and we can switch more screens with her probably than a lot of teams do, and just is a little bit better matchup for us probably than Olson, because she's 5'9" or 5'10", and I thought we contested pretty well and didn't give her the real easy ones. So I think when you're a mid-range shooter and you don't get real easy ones, those mid-range sometimes get harder. So yeah, and that was important because they scored plenty. Without her, their offensive numbers were I think they had 22 turnovers over at their place, and they had 8 today. So just they've improved. Their rotation seems a little more solid. They're doing a better job taking care of the ball, but we couldn't force turnovers either, which would have helped negate some of Olson's dominance in the paint.
When you first recruited Morgan out of high school, did you see the potential to break records in your program?
No, I mean, honestly, like I think I've told the story that, Chevy, who left to go coach at the Mercury, between her sophomore and junior year, and on the women's side, you recruit a little bit earlier because they're developed by the time they're freshmen and sophomores, so you're offering. But she had to kind of talk me into offering her in that summer after her sophomore year. And it's funny because I remember saying, yeah, with that body though, she needs to go inside the 3-point line a little more often, because that's how she played on her club team, And then when you watch her play in high school and you see her get triple teamed in the post, you're like, well, I would stand out on the perimeter and shoot threes if I was getting triple teamed in the post too. So that you can kind of put 2 and 2 together as to why she wanted to shoot more threes. Because a lot of posts, it's like they want to shoot threes just because they're tired of trying to score in the paint. But no. But then by the time she was going into her senior year, and I watched her play that summer, a year later, I was like, okay, this kid is good. I mean, better than and you're supposed to improve from your, the end of your sophomore year to the end of your junior year. But like, I was really excited we had her committed by then, because I felt like, gosh, that's a kid that I think would, if she committed probably Christmas of her junior year. If she hadn't committed by then, she would have had a lot of attention by the end of that summer. So no, but it does make sense why she's such a good 3-point shooter, because I think when you play, not that Crete's tiny, but when you play in a smaller school and you're a post player and you see double and triple teams, you're like, well, maybe I should. But she probably was shooting threes a lot before that. But yeah, I didn't envision her being this good. And then early, you know, I remember her freshman year, you know, it was COVID year, and so you're practicing in mass and all that stuff, and my staff did a really good job of just getting her to be more shot ready and be more, you know, they saw how much of a three-point shooting weapon she could be. And I think, you know, like a lot of freshmen, and probably more so in that COVID fall, she was just somewhat assertive and not, now she's the opposite. But yeah, even when she got here, I wasn't sure that she'd be this good. So,
You know, Jamie and Molly both brought up kind of the experience,
yeah.
kind of showing today, like down the stretch and everything. I guess, how much do you feel like the experience really played into today when, like you said, you're down 6 with 14 minutes to go and those two
Yeah.
on the bench?
Yeah, huge. I think, you know, Molly, this is her 6th game in a row. I think she's, you know, she had 17 again today, and I think she'd averaged 17 for the previous 5. So she's playing. She's obviously a really good player and really experienced, but she's also playing with more confidence probably even than normal, which I think was helpful. And then Jamie just does what Jamie does. I mean, she's ready. She's, you know, in some ways her role is easy because it's shoot it or move it. And defensively, you know, we use her to lean on people and defend, you know, with physicality in the post. I mean, she's not out defending screens, you know, as much as, you know, our other post players are, because we typically put her on a 5, but like she just does her job really, really well. So to your point, as I'm thinking about going, how long do we go without Lauren and Morgan, I am confident that we can be fine for a period of time without them, just because of the experience. You know, Keanu and Kennedy too, like they're third-year players who know what they're doing. Mal, I thought Mal was good today. You know, we can put a lot of experience out there, even without those two. So, yeah, I think their belief in each other has to do with how long they've played together and their experience, and I think it helped all of us remain reasonably calm.
Any further questions for Coach Lerner? Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Wayne.
Did I cut you off? Were you about to ask another question?
Nope.
Yeah.
Do we need to ask you something?
Nope. Never want people to ask me questions. Questions for the players?
You finished that game on an 18-2 run when things weren't looking great. How were you able to turn the game around?
Yeah, I think we were able to make adjustments, and you know, our experience helped out with that. People were ready to step up when Morgan and Lauren got in foul trouble. Jamie and her in here, but yeah, I think it just speaks to our preparation and how everyone stays ready.
What does a win like this kind of do for you, for the team? I mean, in the passion you guys went today.
We're just gonna have to tough out every single game. Like, we're gonna get everybody's best shot. So we have to stay ready, like Molly said. We have to kind of rely on our old souls of the team to kind of do some things. But at the same time, like, everybody's got to be ready. So that showed in this game, and it shows that we're gonna need that as we continue to go on with the rest of the season.
Jamie, how were you able to survive the foul trouble to Lauren and Morgan as a teammate?
Honestly, it helped a lot with everybody else on the team too. Like, we always talk about, like, okay, like, we're good, kind of a thing. But really, like, that's in those moments, like, you really have to believe, like, yeah, we're good, we're still fine. Like, they went on their run, we have to go on ours. So we just stuck together, and yeah, we really just relied on each other.
Do you feel comfortable, obviously, taking those shots late in the last 5 minutes when you guys were still down 3? You had to come back.
Yeah, the whole game, I think I missed like a few in a row, and I was like, oh my goodness. But after that, like, everybody was like, just keep shooting, like, they're good shots, they're gonna fall. So, like, my confidence comes from my teammates, and it makes those shots at the end of the game pretty easy when you got your teammates behind you to pat you on the back, no matter if it goes in or not.
Anything further for the student athletes? All right, I'll bring Flan in just a few minutes. If you guys want to talk about this. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Mom.
guys.